Why every African American person used to think they could make fun of Africans back in high school.
That's a good question. I got the answers. Stay tuned. The reason why African Americans was making fun of Africans in high school is because, simple, we were lied to. America created this false silver lining for African Americans saying, we know we enslaved you. We know that's bad. But if we didn't enslave you, you'd be in Africa fighting diseases and eating each other. America led us to believe the more American you are, the better you are in life. And Africa, you want to stay way away from it.
So let's keep it real and have this conversation in, right? He said we were lied to and told. The more American you are, the more better you are in life. And that's exactly what we was lost in the South scene. As a matter of fact, some would say we was indoctrinated by American exceptionalism. And as somebody with a master's degree in education, I'm going to start this by saying that American exceptionalism is embedded into the curriculum. Because a lot of us as African Americans will allow for this settler master paradigm to sit in our minds, and we'll really buy into American exceptionalism. It's the idea that the United States is inherently different from the other nations, being perceived both domestically and internationally as superior. He ended his video by saying, America led us to believe the more American we are, the better we are in life. And a lot of us play it out in terms of how we relate to folks in the African diaspora. And this one I started getting into how insidious our enslavement was. This country literally taught us, we know we enslaved you, but look at your people over there where we saved you from. You better be lucky that you ain't living in a primitive state with famine and war, and you lucky that we enslaved you. As a matter of fact, some of us was taught that our enslavement was part of saving our souls and civilizing us. You think about how American exceptionalism work, it's perceived as saying that because you are American, you are superior. Think about it. Back in the day, we ain't had the internet. You feel me? I'm from Texas. I know folks that's from New York and California. All of us was talking about African booty scratchers. Who taught us that? In the words of Malcolm X, who taught us to hate ourselves? Because you can't hate the roots without hating the tree, right? I was trying to stay away from essentialism, but literally everything we've been taught in America about Africa is from the people that enslaved us. They not finna teach us the truth. We was really lied to. We was really lied to, and we bought into the inferiority of our own people. We'll take this idea of American exceptionalism and we'll project it on to everybody in the diaspora, whether they in the Caribbean or whether they in Africa. When I say education is elevation, I'm talking about unlearning and relearning a lot of things we've been taught in this world. I began this video by talking about education, the curriculum, how we are taught. Not only how we taught like math and science and history and how Europeans found and located everything, but also how the media teaches. Remember those Feed the Children Africa commercials? We was really led to believe that folks in Africa cannot survive without the presence of the Europeans. Don't that sound familiar? If I'm being real, a lot of what we've been taught in the African diaspora about each other came from the people that colonized us and enslaved us. We got to think about that. Because I also know a lot of y'all believe that African Americans are inherently lazy. Education is elevation, man.